Hello, all. I am Tara. I am a spiritual coach and teacher. And today is January 29th. We have a new moon in Aquarius. And new moons are all about setting intentions for kind of the next 6 months. And Aquarius is about kind of doing things your own way. It can also be about the collective. So it's one of those that kind of goes back and forth of wanting to be with people and wanting to do your own thing. And sometimes it's wanting to do your own thing within a group of people. So really think about where you want to show up authentically for yourself these next 6 months. Is it in a group of people? Is it just you personally? Really kind of think about that and play with that. And when we pull cards today, what cards are going to help you for this new moon to kind of think forward a little bit? Even amidst all the chaos, we know it's going to be chaotic. This is not going to be anything that's going away anytime soon. So you get to choose how you are showing up for life and for your life right now. All right. With that, we're going to pull cards from Earth Magic. Oh, before I do cards, let's do our check-in. Where are you closer to fear or are you closer to love on your check-in point? Again, no judgment where you are. But anything closer to fear, you're going to want to definitely be more cognizant of taking some time for yourself, supporting yourself, listen to uplifting videos, uplifting stories, read books that are uplifting. And the more that you check in, you have a better sense of where your baseline is and when you start to dip so that you can kind of correct quickly versus having it way down here and you're trying to get to love. That's going to be almost an impossible thing. But if you're here, it's going to seem a little bit more possible. And if you're here, all the way down here, this is going to be kind of where your base is. So you're going to try to raise your vibration, raise your frequency, your resilience up a little bit. And sometimes it takes time, and that's not what we want to hear in a really fast-moving society. But that is, your check-in points are truly your compass, and you absolutely have to know where you are so that you can move. But we are all humans. We're all going to be up and down that scale, however you look at it, or that dial. There's a whole other video that's linked in here that talks about setting up your own scale if that fear and love is a little bit too big for you. All right, now into cards. Just a reminder, I do have a class coming up on the 30th, January 30th, which is this Thursday. And then I also have the same class coming up on February 2nd. So you're welcome to jump into either of those classes. Same class, it's just 2 different days so that it was just easier to get into people's schedules. The class is $39, or if you and a friend sign up together, it's $35 a piece. And it's 90 minutes. And it is how to deal with chaos and be more resilient. And of course, we're going to have some fun in there. Can't be just serious. Because that, having fun and enjoying being present, that also builds up your resilience. All right. So I have that link in the description below. And we have 3 cards for today: completion, vulnerability, and grounding. Grounding also very much helps you get back into your center, helps you from having kind of those extreme emotion peaks, because when you can ground yourself, you are coming back to who you are. So if you can be outside in nature, that's a great way to ground. I know it's winter for a lot of us, and that's not always possible, but that is an option still if you can get out into nature. There are grounding mats that you can get. You can ground by just doing deep breathing. That will also help you ground. Housework is actually a great grounder for you. I know it's kind of boring and like, yeah, but it actually brings you back into the present moment, into kind of your physical body a little bit. Exercise, walking is great. And something fun and indulgent, chocolate can help you ground. So really figure out how you are grounding, because part of it is there is so much information coming at us right now, regardless if it's true, not true, misinformation, whatever. We need those times to just chill, kind of to ground. Where are you being vulnerable for yourself? Maybe you are doing it for a group, but where are you showing up for you and saying, you know what, this is actually how I'm feeling today? Are you journaling? That's a great way to kind of express your own vulnerability. Painting, drawing, creative things, singing. All things that kind of express your vulnerability. And maybe you're doing it on YouTube. Maybe, you're showing up here. Maybe you're showing up on a podcast. Where are you being vulnerable? And completion. This year is a 9-year numerology, meaning there is a lot of completion. There's a lot of completion in our personal lives, in our communities, and at a global collective scale. So we have the option on how we're dealing with completion. Are we honoring the past to let it go so we can move forward into the future? Even when things we may not want to let go, honor them. Do something to acknowledge that time has passed. That event has passed. Your age has passed. You will never be as young as you are right now. And it's okay to acknowledge something in your past that is time to let go of. All right. Those are the cards for today, and these are for the new moon too. So think about these cards for the next kind of 6 months. Like, grounding is going to be so important in these next 6 months. Being centered, knowing who you are. We are going to have completion after completion after completion when things, kind of fall apart, when there's that death and rebirth process. And it's going to be vulnerable. So really, you can either choose to kind of grip into fear, like white knuckling. I have a video on that about it. Or you can be vulnerable and say, I don't know what's coming next, and I'm stepping into it. Those are your cards for today. If you did like this video, please like and subscribe. I am trying to grow my channel. I am fairly new on YouTube. But we want to make sure, give yourself a self-hug. A self-hug. You've got this. We've got this. You are worthy. You are enough, no matter what is going on in your life. I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.